a lot of Aaron Jones this weekend after watching the Redskins, because especially with you said, I know KPL's in there, I know Nick Witkowski's in there, but still, I mean, you got to think they're going to try to do something with that, especially with Jones' ability to receive.
Yeah, I would say Aaron Jones in the passing game for sure. You'll see plenty of that. I don't know how much he's in the run game. I really don't. I can't put a prediction out there for you guys. Aaron Jones is for sure a generational talent, but it's I don't know how they're going to be with Akeem's first game back. I think you'll see him in the passing game more, check downs and maybe beating the linebackers, but I don't really know because now you have Akeem in the first level and they have Nick Witkowski, who's one of the best running back linebackers we have. So just I don't know. We'll have to see. I think we'll see more in the passing game though.
Well, you know what? Moving back a little farther on the defensive side, a little birdie told me that you're still considering HaHa and Amos even after what's gone down the season.
That I am?
No. On the Hallas Hall, Jay listened to the show, and he brought it up that Amos and HaHa were still considered even as a swap because of what they were doing for the defenses.
I think they're extreme. I think they're very similar in what they're doing. I mean, there's stats where Amos leads and stats where HaHa leads. I think it's very similar. It's two different players, different styles, but I think it's very similar in the production that they're giving this year, for sure. Why?
The one thing that still bothers me about HaHa, man, it's just sometimes it seems like there's missed coverages. Like it's still like when I watched the Saints game, for example, when there's slant routes coming in at him in the inside, it just seems like he can't jump in fast enough and recognize it. And it's exactly what happened in Green Bay for years. And we're like, okay, why is he there? Why is he standing there? And I watched Michael Thomas get a touchdown off of it. I watched I think Ted Ginn got a touchdown in that game as well in his area. And it just seems like he can't diagnose it. I mean, he sees the football in the air, but it's like he's not hitting him fast enough for him to jump on it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough because especially on slant. I mean, Michael Thomas, regardless, is the best slant route winner in the game.
He's the best wide receiver in the game right now.
Yeah, but to that point, I mean, it's
Teddy Bridgewater throwing it too. That's the thing. It's like Teddy's not bad, but he's not Drew Brees.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's tough. You see these stats. The quarterback percent rating or completion percentage throwing at him and how he's doing. But yeah, there are those times you can see with any, you can see with any safety where sometimes they just look, like a deer in the headlights. But overall, I don't have any complaints about Clinton Dix. I mean, it's different because I remember, for 2 years or whatever, just watching Adrian Amos play, and I'm just like, what is he doing? He looks like he's doing much better. I'm going to be honest. He looks like he's doing much better in Green Bay than he did in Chicago. I don't know if that's just because Eddie Jackson was all over the field or if that's just because, he kind of has this lead role now with Darnell Savage on the other side. So, I don't know, but it looks like
I have an issue with that because I have a good friend of mine that lives in the area, and he's a diehard Bear fan, right? He's born and raised in Chicago. He moved out to L.A., still follows Bears love. And Adrian Amos was like one of his favorite players. Like he's a stud. He loved the dude.
I've never seen that. I'm going to be honest. I have never seen that. I know people who love him, but like whenever I watched, it was just like he would always make some really good tackles, and that's probably the only thing I remember from Adrian Amos on the Bears. He had that. I think he had a pick in the playoff game against Nick Foles. But other than that, I mean, I don't.
So you're surprised by his coverage ability you've seen this year?
Yeah, and I think, yeah, I'd say I am. I think he's gotten better, and he's probably proved a lot of people wrong. A lot of people won't admit that, but he's looked better than what we thought, and I think HaHa's probably right around what I thought. Solid, right around the other side of Eddie Jackson. We really haven't seen too many balls be thrown at them, and obviously when they do challenge both those safeties, it's usually at HaHa, and HaHa's been able to make a couple picks. But Eddie, he just got his first pick, I think, last weekend. So, or last week.
Which is a far cry from last year because Eddie was just killing it.
Yeah, and well, if you look at the target share I mean, quarterbacks are just not throwing at Eddie anymore. I mean, it's almost down. They're only. It was like 4 last year. It's like 2 per game this year. They don't really throw at him. They don't really give him the chance, and rightfully so. I mean, the guy is still one of the best in the game. But the stats obviously just aren't there. But he's still making an impact on the field.
So the thing is, right now you said you'd consider them even?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. I gotta, being a Packer fan and sitting here watching what Amos is, because that's the thing. You already have a Mukamara. Fuller is proven. You have Eddie, who's been playing lights out last year. Haha walks into a secondary room that's pretty established. The only new guy is Buster Skrine, which, you know what? He may be my crow. Skrine has been pretty darn good this year compared to.
He's probably our best defensive back this year, in my opinion. I think he's been our best cornerback.
He was horrible in New York, and then he comes here, and then he's just not shut down, but he's shadowing. He's
Nagy
literally there, striper.
I don't know what it is. Nagy and Pace loved him, and I was confused as hell. I was like, this is going to be another Prince of Mukamara with all these PIs, and he's been by far our best cornerback. He's shut down. I mean, Kyle Fuller, I think as of late has been kind of our best cornerback, but throughout the season, just consistency the entire year.
Glad that we respect for Skrine now after seeing what he's done.
Yeah, he's surprised just about everyone.
Well, that was a little rabbit hole, but still, it's just Haha comes into an established secondary. Amos goes ahead and has a rookie free safety he's starting next to. Jair is a second-year player. King never had a full season before. He actually just missed his first game last week for the whole season, and which is kind of surprising. I think they were saving him up for y'all this week, kind of like Amukamara sat out for Dallas and then was waiting for Green Bay this week. I think they did the same thing with both guys, but I just think that Amos is a tiny bit more impressive because he's doing it with a younger group that doesn't have the experience that the Bears do. That's my only thing.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. You take his experience from the top defense in the league last year, and you bring him into
and he's gotten better. You've admitted he's better in coverage. He's gotten better at some things you didn't think he could do playing with the younger. So that, I mean, yeah, I guess that's the way the tables work. And look, I guess we just have a larger sample size scarring our memory with Haha, man. Like, just seriously,
there's too many 21 trailing
receivers,
man.
Of watching him just. What are you doing? Play after play after play after play, week in, year out. What the hell? Like, honestly, one of the 5 major falls that one of which had not happened in the 2014 NFC Championship happened to be a 2-point conversion that went right over HaHa Clinton Dick's hands. Well, he was standing there watching it float over him that if he would have jumped up with his hands, he would have picked it off, ran it back, and scored us 2 points. Game over. Okay? And he just stood there with his feet stuck in the mud, and they scored the 2-point conversion. So, like, dude, there's just too many scars, too many years. Like, so every time we watch him on tape and he does, it's like, yep, see, there it is again.
Yeah, I'm excited for the matchup. I mean, I know Haha's ready to go. I don't, he said in a post game interview, because I think he picked him off week 1, if I'm not mistaken. But Aaron,
he said receivers.
Didn't pick off Rodgers.
No, he didn't do anything except.
He said I forgot what he said, but
tackles.
He said basically he'd love to get a chance if Rodgers throws at him, but he doesn't think Rodgers is going to throw at him. Because it's just not what he does.
There used to be this saying that they said that Rodgers used to pick on him incessively with throws, ridiculous throws during practice.
I'm sure he did. Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Like, pretty bad, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. But it's going to be fun to see Amos and Haha. I mean, I know everyone's not going to want to admit it, but everyone will be looking at that.
Oh, yeah, they will. So we watch them both.
Let's take a little
break, guys, and then we'll come back. Because we've been about 40 minutes. We got to pay bills. We'll be right back, folks. And if you haven't had enough of our banter tonight, you want to visit NFL Addictions on Facebook.com for all of your NFL banter and chatter. It's not a trash talk site, so keep it clean and keep it cordial. That's NFL Addictions on Facebook.com. And if you still got an itch to scratch when you're done with that, you want to visit RazAddictionsOnFacebook.com for their version of the raffle for all kinds of cool prizes, even a chance at winning some cash. You buy a $10 raffle ticket for a chance at winning $100. That's a chance at making 10 times your money. It don't get any better than that. That's RazAddictionsOnFacebook.com for a chance at all kinds of cool prizes. Tell them what you've won, Dave.
I've won everything from tailgating barbecue sets. That I have a Packers one that I won, folks, for $400. I put $40 down on the spot. I won it, and it was out of 20 spots. It's really worth it. I've also won helmets that are signed. I've won banners that are signed. I've won memorabilia rings. I've won footballs that are signed and other Packers knickknacks because that's my team. But go ahead and check them out. Cheap, affordable prices for certified, authentic stuff.
That's RazAddictionsOnFacebook.com. Go there, play, and win. And as always, you can follow us on Twitter at First and Goal Pod, myself at UPJ33, Dave is at Steak and Cheese, and the fantasy wonder himself, Dylan, at DylanBusby1. Email us at firstandgoalpodcast@yahoo.com with all your football and Packer questions and comments, and you just might find yourself making the show live. That's firstandgoalpodcast@yahoo.com. All right, we are back. All right, go ahead, Dave. We had a little cool conversation here that's rolling.
No, I'm going to bring this up, bring it over from the haha conversation. I'm going to give Chuck Pagano some props on this. One thing that has been Achilles' heel with haha is he kind of like to roam and not stick to really the assignment he was on in Green Bay. In Chicago, I've noticed that like Pagano has basically, he's considered a safety. But Austin, he roams. Like he does that and he's allowed to do it. And I'm wondering if Pagano is putting him in situations to diagnose the play better as that, where he's kind of like is putting himself in the best position possible. He thinks he can without being told, hey, you need to do this assignment.
Yeah, I don't
It looks like he's using his weakness as a strength.
Yeah. I mean, he could be. I just, you don't see too many deep balls thrown against the Bears. And I just think the pass rush.
Not with Eddie.
I just think with the pass rush, you just see a huge difference. And I honestly feel like somewhat he has talent. I mean, I know you guys are annoyed with him and stuff, but he has talent. And
there's talent there. I definitely will acknowledge that.
Yeah.
One side note quick. We all love him as a human being.
Oh, he's hilarious. He's really funny.
Awesome kid. Hilarious. Great in the community. Still does stuff in Green Bay.
Be a judge when he's done with football.
We always want to make sure we clarify that because like we're judging him from a football
standpoint.
Of course. And but the kid is awesome. Yeah. He's an awesome person, man. I would go have a beer with him and I would still tell him to his face how he scarred me as a Packer fan and probably, get him. But I would buy him a beer and I'd love to talk to him because he is a great kid.
Yeah, that's how the Bears are with Chris Conte. It's probably the same thing. But I just think the pass rush has a lot to do with his success this year. Quarterbacks hurry the throw and he's able to bat balls down. I mean, he's got a 58 passer rating when thrown at. It's one of the top in the league in terms of safety. So I do think it's pass rush, and I do think it's giving him freedom and ability to, like you said, use his weakness into his strengths and kind of go ahead and trust his gut, and I think it's been working out for him this year.
Well, you know what? Moving on to another phase, I've seen it flare back up. Are you guys nervous whenever Pinheiro takes the field again? Because the past couple games, it seems like there's miss after miss after miss, and he was so confident earlier in the season, and it looks like it's just completely changed.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with Eddie. I don't know if it's confidence or what, because Eddie could miss like a 20-yard field goal and come out and make like a 40-yarder. So yeah. I don't know what it is with him. I think it's being a rookie. But man, when the first couple games, I was like, wow, this is the next fucking Robbie Gould. And then the
cojones the size of freaking boulders.
Yeah, yeah. And then he becomes the worst kicker in the league over the next however many weeks. I mean, he is worst bottom of the barrel. Literally like 34 in the league. He's 57, might be a little higher now, percent. I mean, I still have some confidence in him, but like, you
even
take
extra
it back,
points last week in Dallas, for example.
Yeah, I don't. Did he even?